Alright guys, so I want to talk about water changes, and I also want to talk a little bit about biological filtration. Many people don't realize how important it is, and some don't even know about it. Biological filtration is accomplished by good bacteria that naturally grow in different parts of the tank. They can grow on all types of things from rock, hence the name live rock. The rock isn't actually live, it's called live rock because bacteria grow on it. It can grow in filter pads, it can grow in sand. And this good bacteria helps break down bad chemicals in the tank. So basically what happens is when you feed your fish, not all of it gets eaten, so some food is just left over in the tank. Also when the fish, they produce waste as well. So all that waste and all that uneaten food is going to break down naturally and turn into ammonia. Now ammonia is deadly for pretty much any living thing, and it's going to kill fish very quickly if it ends up being in the tank. What happens is this good bacteria, which takes some time to grow, you don't want to just throw a bunch of fish in a new fish tank. You need to let the bacteria start growing. I'd suggest putting in one fish and waiting about 2 weeks before adding any more fish to let the bacteria start growing. But as for the ammonia, what happens is the good bacteria that grows in the live rock and grows in filter pads and so on, it turns that bad ammonia into nitrite. Nitrite. Nitrite is also bad for fish, not as bad as ammonia, but it's also bad for fish and it can kill them. There's another type of good bacteria that also lives in the same places, the live rock, the live sand, filter pads, and that other good bacteria turns that nitrite into nitrate, Nitrate. Nitrate isn't too bad for fish in low levels. Ammonia and nitrite are in pretty much any level. Nitrate's not too bad in low levels. But over time, as your fish live in the tank, as your inverts live in the tank, they're going to keep producing waste, you're going to keep feeding them and so on. And that nitrate level is going to start rising, and it's going to get really high, and then it can be dangerous to fish and cause them to die. So that's why you do water changes, is because over time those levels get so bad your fish are going to die. So once a month at least you should do a 25% water change to take some of that bad stuff out of the water and replace it with clean, fresh water or salt water. But I was saying fresh in a different way there, I'm meaning clean. So you want to replace about 25% of your water once a month, and that'll help take out some of the bad stuff that's in the water and keep your fish tank a little bit more diluted, not as much of the bad stuff, and keep your fish safe. Now people have asked me what are refugiums for, and if you're doing salt water, some people have refugiums like I do over here. Now refugiums, there's a couple reasons for refugiums, but one of them is for biological filtration as well. The refugium algae or plants actually eat the end product, nitrate. But they're not going to eat all of it, and they're not going to eat it as fast as it goes into the tank. So you still have to do water changes if you have a refugium, but it's a nice thing to help your tank stay a little bit better, a little bit cleaner water, and it's like a preventative item, but it's not an end-all solution. You still have to do water changes. You can also buy test kits. I have liquid test kits. I have this Saltwater Master test kit. It's a liquid test kit. It takes just a couple seconds to test my ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate levels, so I can test and see where they're at and do water changes if I notice any of them rising. But just thought this was really important because I didn't think about it. When I first had a fish tank, I remember having fish tanks when I was a kid, and I never thought about it. I think my mom did water changes when I was like 5 to 7 years old. I think she used to do water changes. But I never really thought about it. I never really even expected you had to do water changes until I got into the hobby and, researched. But you have to do them to get the bad stuff out of the water and keep everything good for your fish. Otherwise, as time goes on, chemicals are just going to build up, build up, build up, and basically all your fish are just going to die. Looks like this guy has some weird eyelids. They're open now, but it looked like they looked funny before. I'll see if he does it again. So anyways, it's just a really important thing to do water changes. If you're new to the hobby, check it out. Do some research on water changes and biological filtration, two very important things to know about if you're going to be keeping fish. So I just wanted to get that out there. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. Be happy to answer your questions. And if you have fish, make sure to do water changes, and I really suggest getting a test kit so you can test your water levels.